we interrupt this program with a special report.
I got a message for all you folks out there in Radio Land, so sit tight and bend an ear.
Welcome back, everyone, to another week of the Manga Monday Show! My name is Ben, and I'm with my co-host,
Edgar.
Edgar, welcome back. Edgar. Welcome back to our chill ASMR podcast.
Welcome back to the NPR. Is that what is it called? NPR?
Yeah, well, there's some parts of it. NPR is my favorite news source, by the way. But yeah, that's how they talk. But I mean, most of the stuff is like, welcome to KERA. Dun, 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 dun,
Today we have
Today in the
Benjamin
news,
Stegmaier.
the Queen. Woo! The Queen. Welcome back, everyone.
What is going on in the House of Commons?
Should we redo this?
Which this is.
Let's just go ahead. Let's just move on.
I don't even know what we're doing, but
we only move forward, like our favorite pro tag, Aaron.
yeah,
only forward.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Edgar, how was your week? How's everything been going?
it's been going good.
Good.
Just watching a lot of zombie content for my prep and the story. But I like looking and like taking in like information to get inspired and take in like ideas before I do something like with Assassin's Hunter. I just watched Blade Runner 1 and Blade Runner 2049. I played a bit of Cyberpunk, but I decided like this is too long because I'm playing The Witcher, so I can't like jump into a game.
Yeah.
So I put hold on that. I watched a few Cyberpunk.
How is it? Is the glitches? Are the glitches
They're gone
bad?
for the most part.
Okay.
It's just the gunfights that kind of get like a tiny bit wonky for me to enjoy. But everything's pretty good. I can drive.
I mean, a game studio that only had, they only made the Witcher games, so like this is probably their first time making guns.
Yeah,
it's not great.
But the driving was the biggest issue when I first
course.
started it. But now I can drive like super smoothly now.
Oh, good.
Everything's great, but like I said, I needed to stop because I was already playing 3 games. So
Yeah,
I'll get
yeah.
back into it later, and I will now.
Sure.
But I was watching like World War Z, Warm Bodies. I posted a tweet saying Warm Bodies is a better like movie or story of Romeo and Juliet than like Leonardo DiCaprio's Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
Which I hated. Remember watching that in English
It's
class
awful,
in
dude.
sophomore year
It's
in high school?
It is the Shakespeare movie that almost every literature teacher has shown me. And I'm like, guys, find a different movie. Like
It's either that one or the one with the 90s one, like with that one chick. Because we
yeah,
saw
yeah.
2.
But that one's not too bad.
Yeah.
I know which class. Miss Coyne's class.
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
That's what
Yeah,
happened. Yeah. That one's not bad. I mean, it takes a lot to make a good Shakespearean movie. And a lot of them just aren't it.
It's a hit or miss.
It
It's always
is
a hit or miss.
But I know, like, one of my favorite movies is Much Ado About Nothing, which actually I'm performing right now. We're getting ready to perform.
Which one? I don't even know if there's
Don't
various.
worry. Yeah, I'll tell you later. But it's Much Ado About Nothing, the Shakespearean play.
No, I know, but like the movie. Or
Oh
you don't know?
no, it's a play. I'm doing the play.
Oh, I
version.
thought you said your favorite movie.
No,
Like,
but it is one of my favorite Shakespearean movies. Is that Much Ado About Nothing? I think Denzel Washington was in it. It's really good.
wow, he's also in Macbeth.
Oh,
No.
really?
Was he?
No,
No,
I think
he was
that's
in-
Will Smith. Will Smith was in Macbeth, right?
No, he Denzel Washington
No.
was in that movie.
No. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Will Smith was in King Richard or something like. But that's not Shakespeare. It's like about Serena Williams or something.
The Tragedy of Macbeth. Yeah,
Yeah.
Denzel Washington was in that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep going. Sorry.
No. You keep going.
No, I was just gonna say that that Denzel Washington was in that movie, Tragedy of Macbeth, the black and white one.
Good. Yeah. No, but you keep going. You keep talking about yourself. What you've been doing.
No, I just wanted to riff on that. I think Shakespeare stuff is like hit or misses, and I really like Warm Bodies. It might seem weird, but the zombie Romeo and Juliet story might sound stupid, but it's pretty good. I liked it a lot. I just remember seeing the Leonardo DiCaprio one. I'm like, for the first time, I was like, man, I know I'm young, but this is like not good. Like I can take in a lot of things. Like I was like. I think Baz Luhrmann directed it, the guy who did the recent Elvis movie. He's known for like a bunch of wacky. I just remember like that gunfight that they pull out the guns, like when the Capulets and the Montagues.
I was okay with that.
They're like over the top.
I know it was over the top. It was absurd. I was okay with that. What I'm less okay with is that it's like. I don't know, like the stylistic choices.
California or something like that. Like
it's just like it just kind of looks like it's in like a Indian drama with all like the zoom ins and stuff.
Yeah,
like I'm just like, what is happening? And like a lot of the best Shakespeare is when you kind of just speak the text and you let the text, because the text is so beautiful. But sometimes when you aren't the best actors, when you don't have the best actors, you need to add a lot of fluff. When I do think Leo is, even in that age, he was a really good actor.
Yeah.
So I would have loved to see him just act it, like just put a camera on this dude and let him go to town with the Shakespearean text, because he could have done it, but they just, I don't know, the direction kind of flopped the bag for that.
Yeah.
For me.
I wonder what the best adaptation for a Shakespeare play is. Like, is it The Lion King? It might not be super accurate, but do you think the most successful, like, hey, this is based on Shakespeare?
Oh yeah.
How do you say that, or Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah, maybe.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's definitely that, or it's
10 Things I Hate About You.
No, West Side Story.
West Side.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
West Side Story.
Yeah, West Side Story. No, duh. Yeah, but just been doing that. Other than that, I haven't been doing anything. Pretty much just other than watching anime. I watched Eden Zero and a bunch of other stuff, but we'll talk about that later.
Yes,
it's separate for its own separate thing. What about you?
Yeah, not much. I've been. Oh God, Edgar! I went to Kinokuniya and they robbed me blind.
Oh no! Someone held you at gunpoint and they robbed you.
They did. They robbed me. I walked in, and I was like, I'm probably not gonna get anything. Like, cause you go up and you normally see at their like front bookshelf like the new
stuff that they have. Yeah.
The new arrivals that have come in. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll collect the one Spy Family volume I don't have. I don't know. But then I walk past the first bookshelf. And I see Yu Yu Hakusho, and I'm like, what? And I've been trying to buy Yu Yu Hakusho for 2 years. And every time I've looked on Amazon or retailers, it's always been $100 to $200.
They were never in stock?
No, they were never in stock, and it was always retailers trying to sell it for $200 to $100.
PS5s.
Exactly.
People who want PS5s, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, it makes sense for them because it's like there were no Yu Yu Hakusho being...
And it didn't seem like they'd ever do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I was like, what the heck? And so, of course, I picked that up. And then I walked by, and then they have...
Neon Genesis.
And then they have Neon Genesis Evangelion, and I was like, what the? I didn't even know this was a manga. And I picked it up, and then I walked by, and it just felt like there were all these old mangas that I've been wanting for so long, like Ouran High School Host Club. I wanted to check out.
Oh, did you buy that?
Yeah, I did buy that, actually.
Oh, you serious?
Uh-huh.
Oh, man, but I really I mean, I know the manga, it continues, obviously, and ends, unlike the anime, but the anime dub is absolutely hilarious. Oh, okay. It's so funny.
When did it come out, in the 90s?
Like in the 2000s. Like,
okay.
It's so funny. Even the sub is great, but like it's so hilarious. I mean, I'm pretty sure the manga is too. I just never read the manga.
Well, if the dub is good, then I can just put it on and like put it on the background. And
it's so funny. It has like a lot of jokes that won't run by today, but it's really it's all great. It's a great cast, and I love it a lot.
And then I saw stuff like the Treaty of Versailles, or not the Treaty of Versailles, Versailles Kingdom or something like that. Treaty of Versailles is a treaty.
After World War II, the Germans.
No, there's a Versailles thing. I forgot, but I have it in the stories today, and I was like, oh, no wonder they put up on this. And then, of course, there was the new Blue Lock, and I didn't think they had it until I was about to walk out, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh, God.
Volume 2?
Yeah, Volume 2. Yeah. And so I bought all of it. Thankfully, they were 25% off. Otherwise, I would have left with maybe like $70, $80.
Special deals going on.
Yeah. I have fully collected Demon Slayer. So that's pretty great. Yeah.
See, there it goes. Like, I think I enjoyed like I like feel like I always defend Demon Slayer a lot, and then like
you defend it against me.
Yeah,
even though,
then even though I haven't bought a single manga, and yet you have.
I have all of them.
And you,
I love Demon Slayer. I love the art of Demon Slayer. I love the way that the jokes are drawn. I love it so much.
I like when the anime keeps that style. Like it's not ugly, but like like when especially with the Tengen's eyes, go all sideways.
Like, huh? Exactly. He was like, "Are you stupid or something?"
Or Inosuke just looks ugly. His mask just looks like all messed up, like a Picasso painting.
It's so funny. Yeah, that's really great. I really love the manga, but it's the second. It's not the second, it's the second shonen I've fully completed, because I fully completed My Hero Academia, and I have all the Vigilantes ones.
That you got up to, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I guess in terms of being finished, it's the only manga that I have that is finished.
Yeah, it's a weird case. There's not a lot of big, other than the big three, well, not even that, because One Piece is still going, but it's hard to find a series that's good that's finished.
Yeah.
Like you might seem like, oh, I know a bunch. No, yeah, there's like a bunch of them, but like really the ones that you really like that are popular are hard to find. We're talking about Shonen Jump. There's like a bunch of series. Even light novels. There's like a lot of them that just aren't finished. Like more than half of them just aren't finished.
Yeah, or they don't have the volumes available here, you know.
Yeah, it's a weird kind of like a Mandela effect where you feel like they would be finished but they're not.
Yeah, and it's just, I guess it feels like that I just want to, I just love collecting this stuff. I mean, Fire Force is finished. Do you have all
yeah,
but
that's not Shonen Jump.
But not all the volumes are out,
Yeah, exactly.
Dr. Stone is finished, but not all the English volumes are out,
In some way, it's never finished one way or another.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that, it's the anime.
It's always continuing, and then there's, added on stuff, But all of the finished stuff, it feels like, are in the, 40s to 70 volumes, like Haikyuu.
Death Note's a sweet spot where it's just like 12 regular volumes or 6 deluxe black volumes.
Yeah, my dad's like, he's like, oh, why don't you start collecting Haikyuu? Because I just finished Haikyuu with him, and I was like, Dad, I gotta finish One Piece first. I'm at 30 volumes out of 100.
I'm surprised Haikyuu has a lot of volumes. I mean, of course, it's a big, not a big series, but I just thought it'd be shorter considering that the anime condenses. I figured that the anime would spread out do more movement, and I figured that the manga would be shorter because it's action.
No, I think the anime does it faster. I'm pretty sure one episode was once 6 chapters, because it's so fast paced. I think that's what they're thinking of doing in the movie, and I think that's gonna fall flat on their face. And it's not gonna work out for them.
Yeah, but it's 42 something volumes for Haikyuu. Or is it more than that?
I think it's 60 something.
60?
I think it's 60. Yeah.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, check. No, it might be 42. Yeah.
Yes, there's no way it's 60.
Sorry,
that's
I might have been thinking of Bleach.
That is that is more than Naruto, or almost as much as Naruto.
Yeah,
there's no way.
Well, Hinata is just short Naruto, so I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Orange. Naruto's known for orange.
I love how people say orange Naruto, but I always think Naruto is orange because he's wearing that orange, gi.
45 volumes.
45.
So more than I thought.
Yeah. Quite a bunch. And who knows? Maybe the series is going to continue.
Oh yeah, you said that because of the.
Yeah,
did we talk about that?
No, we didn't talk about this. God, why didn't we talk about this that week?
I don't know. Something must have happened.
Edgar in the future. Put a timestamp here because this is actually important for our fans to know.
No, we're done talking about. I think we're done talking about what we did.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to the subjects now.
There was a extra chapter. It was an extra chapter to the extra chapter of Haikyuu, right? So there was an extra chapter not too long ago, a couple months ago, that we talked about in the news. And I read it, and it was great, and it left on kind of a cliffhanger, and this one ended that cliffhanger, and it was really nice. It started off where it showed a opening volume of all of the ex-Karasuno players in their current jobs, Like
there's a grave.
Yeah. Well, no. There's a grave.
There's a joke that like whenever senpais in like school anime, whenever they move on, whenever they graduate, the rest of the students still remaining act like they're dead. Senpai, this is for you. Like I'll never forget your memory. Acting like they're dead when they really just like moved on with their lives.
When they're really just like over there, like in the stands or something.
Yeah, just working at the grocery store.
Yeah,
I just thought that was funny.
Exactly. So they were like wearing, and I won't spoil what jobs they have in the future, but they were wearing. That would be crazy. They'd Daichi for president. Hell
yeah, man.
What about Nishinoya for president? That would be chaotic as heck.
Or what's the Tanaka as like a supreme like government leader like for the military or something.
Oh jeez, that would work. But they were wearing their costumes for their jobs and they were playing volleyball. It was really nice.
That's nice.
And then the manga went onward, and then towards the end there was this nice narration that was saying, no matter what, the game will evolve, the game will change, and will bring fun to all. You know, something along those lines. And it kind of, in season 3, that was the whole message, that the game will change and will evolve. And Hinata is a forefront for that because of his height. And then, so he did, after the chapter, basically this entire documentary on the creation of the Haikyuu manga.
How so? Like, did he draw it, or did he like?
No. So what they did was there was writings on. I couldn't read all of it. Viz is going to release a full English version of it. But what he did
like
was
an interview, or like
not. Well, some of it looked like interviews. Like some of it had quotation marks, but a lot of it was like concept designs. Like the first 20 pages. It was like 150 pages. Like it was long. And it was 20 pages, and some of it was like concept art, concept designs, and stuff like that, and the creation. And some of the pictures had them going out into this town, the Haikyuu town, and taking pictures of all the stuff, and then drawing those pictures.
I wish more mangas did that. I mean, I know I remember like for Soul Eater, all I can find was like just an art collection volume. But I wish they would like. I mean, that's like 100. That's a lot. I mean, not a lot. But you know what I mean.
I wish a documentary.
I wish like a manga, like not just illustrations, but like go through process of like, oh, this is drafts. Like compile it all. Like like Horikoshi, like, oh, this is what Deku looked like, and this is what Bakugo would look like. I wish he would like condense it in the end, like, oh, this is what they look like, this is what I originally had in mind. Like he would like lay out storylines that didn't happen. I wish like mangakas would do that. I just love following the process of their creation.
Anybody who has a successful Shonen Junk should make an extra volume that is just a documentary volume. I think that'd be great.
Yeah,
I think that'd be a good read. And this is basically what he's doing. And there's in there, it announced and detailed the new Haikyuu museum that's going to be in Haikyuu Town, which is great. And I showed some of the pictures. Like there's cardboard cutouts of the players, and they have a volleyball pitch.
Is that where he grew up?
I'm not sure.
I wonder if he's not from there. I'm curious as how he found it. Like does he know someone there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like but
maybe he just chose a town and just used it. I don't know.
Yeah, because I know the statue. There's no museum, I think, but the statue for Isayama's characters, Attack on Titan, like the Eren and Armin and Mikasa, that was his hometown.
Yeah,
and luckily there was a giant wall-looking dam that looked like the wall.
Oda's hometown is also detailed, like it's nicknamed One Piece Town because it has all of the museums and all that stuff. Yeah. But yeah, and then further on, he started to make new sketches. So there's this awesome one that I sent to Edgar that was Suki standing against Ushiwaka, and Ushiwaka has this cool flavored black background with all of these plants and stuff and all of these eagles, and Suki is like in a garbage hump and he's just like chilling out by it, and it looks really cool. I really like that symbolism, and so it just goes to show that this guy still has it. And towards the end, I tried to find a good translation of it. There's probably a good translation of it now, but back then I spent like all day trying to figure out if this was a new series and if we need to do breaking news for it, but it wasn't. It was just like, hey, thank you for that, and the new movie's coming out next year. But there was this fun little design that he made.
Yeah, you sent me this. I remember. I'm trying to find it right now.
That was Hinata's sister, And she was on the team of, you remember in season 4, Tanaka had that little, like that girl who had a crush on him that he went to elementary school with?
Yeah.
It was that school.
I'm still mad that they gave her such a sad like turnout for that. I know he liked that.
He liked the other chick.
Yeah, but I was like, why do this just to hurt my feelings? What is the point of like having me root for this girl who's like, just keep going. I mean,
I would have been a fan of that.
I was actually kind of mad in that episode, but keep going.
Okay.
It was Hinata's sister, right?
Yeah, it was Hina's sister, and they drew just this really, really good character designs. Like there's one of them with short pink hair. There's one of them that has darker skin, and her hair is like this it looks like light brown. I don't obviously it was in color, and it looked really, really cool. And there was this one that looked like what I love about this manga, because yes, exactly.
I'm showing Ben right now.
And she had like the fro, and there's one that kind of looked like who was the guy in the who was the senpai for them who didn't play because he got benched by
the gray-haired one?
Yeah, what's his name? Yeah, that's
but I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously like that one looks like Suki, that one has shorter hair. It's just he designs these characters and you look at it and you're like, wow, they already have such huge personalities. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
And there was a little note right here that was basically just saying, hey, there's a new movie coming out in 2022. But I theorize I don't think he will.
Or you would like to see.
I think that this is a series in the making. Literally, just like I think this is one. Yeah. Like it looks really good.
Yeah.
And it would also, I think that he does. There was a part. Do you remember at the beginning of Haikyuu when they kind of teased, like, because Daichi kind of had a girl thing, a boo thing, who was the captain of the female volleyball team.
Yeah.
And
oh my god, if they don't finish, I know like Haikyuu is like not a romance anime, but like when they introduce that, I'm like, okay, this better go somewhere. I just better see them in the end game, just like together.
Yeah,
I will lose it. Like you can't do it. You can't do this manga because you can't put a couple together that have such chemistry and just not put them together in the end. That's all I'm asking for. I don't want a wedding or anything. That's just all I want.
Yeah.
Continue. I'm going on a rant.
But then towards but then eventually, I think the mangaka. What's the mangaka's name? I want to use his name. I forgot it.
Well, what kind of fan are you?
Well, exactly? What kind of fan am I if I don't know his name?
Here we Haruichi Furidate.
Furidate. That's right.
Furidate. That's not like the song, right?
Well, it's. I think Date.
Something Date.
Dateko is a school. And Furodate, I think, might actually be a character in there. I don't know. But yeah, Furodate, I think he realized it was too big to add this female, other side of it, because what he was doing with the male side was already so huge with all of the schools.
Yeah, the males are so much bigger.
So much bigger, am I right?
No.
But I think there is a good opportunity here to do this, and I think that Haikyuu's. I called Hinata Haikyuu.
Haikyuu. Yeah. It's not Naruto where like the name is the title is the main character.
Haikyuu. It's Haikyuu.
Look at that hero, My Hero Academia.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that, My Hero Academia.
Who's the main character? Bleach.
Yeah.
I love it when Dragon Ball transforms into his final Dragon Ball's form.
Yeah. The first name Mob, last name Psycho.
Literally, Mob Psycho.
Yeah. One Punch.
I literally thought that Saitama would take on the hero named One Punch Man.
I'm sure he will eventually.
In the end, Kate
yeah.
Baldy, I can't go with that.
Kate Baldy is amazing. But anyway, so
Haikyuu.
I think there is an awesome opportunity here for him to do this. The designs are fantastic, and his storytelling is also amazing. There is a huge opportunity here, and then also like how great would it be to have cameos from like
see where they are
and when he's a professional player
in the Olympics,
like you be able to see him and stuff like that. That'd be awesome. Like, and it also goes into play like how it feels to be a younger sibling, having to deal with that older sibling already being successful, that might be a good place to explore.
Yeah.
You know,
I know volleyball is for males is practically isn't a thing in the States. It's only girls. I wonder if it's the same in Japan. Is it also mostly dominated? Obviously, there's more guy teams there, but is it also mostly dominated by women?
I don't know. That's a good question.
So that would be maybe be like more competitive, more bigger. Maybe they go to the States because there's like obviously
in Germany, my dad played volleyball and that was huge. So I might just be here.
So like
we
I feel
suck. I would love to play volleyball, you know?
But like there's such a spike in interest because of it. Like when Haikyuu came out, but like having like a female team would be like it's all bigger and all like because it's just it's more tapped into it because it's such a female heavy sport, at least in the States. Yeah. So I would assume
there's plenty of YouTubers here that react to Haikyuu who play for the national. Have you seen these videos? No. Like it's national. It's the people for the national women's team.
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
And they react and they go like when Hinata, like one of them is a receiver, and when Hinata makes the receive, like she cried because she was like, "That's how I felt when I made the first receive."
Nice.
And you're just like, "Oh man, it really makes you go." This series is really good. Now all we need to do is
all real.
Now all we need to do is find someone who's actually been eaten by a Titan to watch Attack on Titan.
No, you know what I mean? Like it's like Marine reacts to Call of Duty, and then like Master Criminal reacts to like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, exactly.
But I remember there was like a meme one like where it was kind of messed up or something like that.
Yeah, that's great. But yeah, that's what we wanted to talk about. Go check that out. There are possible ramifications in the future, and I believe Furudate is only like 38. So he has plenty of time. Yeah. But if he wants to ride off into the sunset,
let's hope these movies don't kill the legacy of like Haikyuu for good.
Yes. If he wants to ride off into the sunset, that is completely fine. We don't care.
Yeah.
That's basically all the news that I have for this week. I did see a new thing that was the Versailles thing that we were talking about, which is an old anime, Rose of Versailles, which is apparently an old anime. Apparently it's getting a movie adaptation or a new series or something like that. That was interesting. The Rose of Versailles. And they were selling it at Kinokuniya, and I was thinking of picking it up.
It looks like shoujo type manga.
Yeah.
Historical romance, so it's it's based on real life, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah.
I have no clue of this. So it's just getting a live adaptation movie?
No, not live adaptation.
Oh, just a movie.
An anime adaptation, I think.
All right.
Yeah. And then other than that, just really short, Your Lie in April is getting the mangaka for that's getting a new
season?
Writing a new author.
New season.
He's writing a new manga, yeah.
Oh, cool. Ben, Cyberpunk came out. Did you see?
Oh yes, I haven't seen it, but I heard it. I heard it's so good.
I saw 4 episodes, and dude, it's so good.
How many episodes is it?
It's 10 episodes.
It's 10.
Unfortunately, it's short, but it's
I'll watch
so
it
good.
this week, and we can talk about it next week.
It is fun. I do want to talk about it more, but I just want to say, if it follows all the way through, it's gonna be one of my favorite few animes of the year. It's just so good. The style is like over stylized, which is like what the point. It's super colorful. The music is like a blend of like Japanese, sometimes English a lot, and then like sometimes like I heard like Indian or like something like that. It's all a blend of weird culture. They use the slang that's in the game, obviously
how it should be, like
chooms and eddies.
If you've read I've read the Cyberpunk 2077 comics, and it's like it is that it is a blend of so many different nationalities,
cultures,
because at this point, like at that point, like America would just have been a melting pot, like an absolute melting pot where it's kind of like just all melded.
We're already getting into the Japanese culture here in the States, like so much of it. Of course, it's gonna blend in so much.
Yeah.
But I watched the dub because the voice of I forgot his name.
Zach Aguilar.
Well, yeah, him too. He's the main character.
It's
so funny because you hear him cuss like a lot, and it's like I could picture Tanjiro.
And you're like,
no, but I like someone to make.
Okay,
I want someone to edit like in Demon Slayer, like just him cussing a lot.
He is a really good voice actor.
He's better in this. I like him better in this than in Demon Slayer.
I'm not a big fan of the 3 lead characters in Demon Slayer. I think everyone else is fine. I like Rengoku and Tengen's voice.
But also Giancarlo Esposito, or how do you say his name?
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, he's in this. Yeah, he's in the dub.
What?
Yeah. And I heard him. I was like, oh.
What?
Like, yeah, he's in it, and it was like, oh, dude.
So you're telling me Giancarlo
Gus is an anime? Like
you're telling me that he had to go into the studio and they do what I did. He does what I do at Crunchyroll. They had to do that boop boop boop, and he had to match the lips. You're telling me that you made Gus do that? He would have probably been like, I'm not doing that. They'll fix the lip flaps for me.
Yeah,
like they should. Like,
but
oh
the dub
God.
is really good, and
It's
just
great.
everything just sounds like and flows naturally, and it just like the story. I'm hearing
Does he play like the lead villain?
he
or
plays
something?
a character that seems important, but he doesn't seem like the
Okay.
villain yet. I'm only 4 episodes in, but next week we'll finish it and we'll know everything.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing that the story in this is better than the game, which is like really surprising.
Not a big
super promise. I know, but like
the story was good, but it's not
Yeah. But either way, I'm really excited. I want to finish it. I'm probably gonna finish it today because it's just so darn good.
Good.
So high hopes. Good win for CD Projekt Red. You needed it.
Oh
Along
yeah,
with Trigger.
good job, you guys.
You did something good.
I forgot they made this. Yeah.
Well, they produced it, and Trigger Animations were the
Yeah.
one that did it. But yeah, you.
I bet you they wrote the story though.
Yeah.
Because they're they have their own writers and it's really good.
It's weird. Also in the credits, you just see English names and a lot of Japanese names. It's just a huge blend. The intros in English, like it's so not just like in the world, but
Is
in
there
the
a
end.
lot of Polish names?
I don't know.
maybe?
I didn't
'Cause
see it.
CDPR is a Polish.
No, yeah.
company,
I would imagine that there was one in there I just missed. But it's just not just in the anime, but in the production of this in anime, we're just getting a whole cultural blend now.
Okay.
And it's just so good, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people put their work into this. It was all great.
That's great.
Chainsaw Anime, the English dub will premiere in October 7th.
Do we know who's
Apparently, we'll know the dub cast for that at a New York Comic Con event, which will be evented and revealed. It'll be revealed at the event. I don't know when that.
Gotta be big actors then, right?
Yeah.
If they're doing it at New York Comic Con.
October 6th through 9th. That's when
wow.
they'll be revealing. That's really cutting it
That's
close.
that's
That doesn't
really
make any
late.
sense.
Then it might not be simulcast.
Oh, I think it will premiere October 7th at the Comic-Con event, and then it'll be the English dub cast. Oh, they'll just reveal the cast then?
Yeah, because the anime comes out October 11th, so there's no way the dub's going to come first.
Okay, then that makes. Oh yeah, 11th. Okay, so they will. Wow, I guess they're revealing it. I thought they would reveal it much sooner.
I
but
think it might not be. I don't think it's going to be simuldub at the same time, because I
no.
haven't heard anything about simuldub, and I think Crunchyroll really wants to make sure that this dub is a banger. So they might just do what they did for Attack on Titan, and we might get the dub a week or 2 weeks after.
Yeah. Speaking of simuldub, Bleach, 1,000 Year Blood War anime will be split into 4 cores, and is said to be fully adapted until the manga's end.
Oh wow!
There'll be no finale movie or nothing of the sorts.
Wow.
It's slated to have 48 to 52 episodes.
Mappa?
No, right? You're right. Yay for them for not cashing in.
Yeah.
The cores are mentioned to be split, so there'll be breaks. I don't know if there'll be 4 breaks or just 2 breaks. I don't know how they'll be doing it. But a lot of people are hyped because the animation. They revealed a new trailer with visuals, and like it looks like a great budget. I think it's done by Puro, the same people who did Boruto and Black Clover. So that's I know. But it looks better.
I mean, the Black Clover anime's fine. Boruto is where the worry is.
I know, yeah, right. I know they have their hype moments, but it's just a lot of people are like, why give that show attention? Like when when people want it with Black Clover, and now this. But it looks like they paid attention to this, and it looks absolutely great.
Do we know? Did they do the Bleach anime originally?
I have no idea. I think Production IG or something like that.
You keep going. I'll check that out.
I'm pretty sure someone else did the original. But either way, it's been a while, and the quality is going to look different regardless because it's been years since they had done the original anime. But it looks absolutely amazing. I wish I can get into this series because it just looks good. Obviously, it's Big 3, but I'm busy. I have my hands full with with One Piece, so it's gonna. And I've already started Naruto, so I need to finish Naruto. So Bleach will most likely be the last one I get into. But if I get into the anime, or if I get into the anime at some point, I'll know to at least have the, it finished. But I'll probably just read the manga.
No, it was Studio Pierrot before.
Oh, it was. So they were just continuing.
They're just continuing it.
Oh yeah. Reigen was trending a lot this week because people were pitting I don't know, just a bunch of contests and polls on who the hottest guy is,
Reigen.
on who the DILF is.
It's Reigen.
And Reigen won, but what was funny also on who was the biggest what is this? Like biggest like also MILFs or like just hottest females, and somehow he still won.
Let's go. Let's go.
And I was like, what? And then there's also like main character, best main character, and then even though he's not a main character, he still won.
Hey, he's a main character. He's A.
Yeah, like he won a hottest woman like poll. Like
let's go.
And I was like, what's going on?
He's the king.
And I think at the same time, Crunchyroll posted a Reigen post. Like
they posted a PV for Reigen.
Yeah.
Or a trailer for him. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been posting. Mob Psycho's been posting like PVs and like in prep for the
Last week was Dimple. The other one before that was Ritsu. The one before that was the dude
Flame
with the
guy.
wig.
Yeah, not the flame guy. The other.
The guy with the big.
I get those two
wig.
confused because they both have blonde hair, and I.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, yeah, but a lot of hype for Mob Psycho. There's a lot of hype for a lot of these animes. It's gonna be.
Yeah, Edgar, you said that Cyberpunk might be one of your favorite animes of the year. I was like,
I'm just saying right now.
Like, hold your horses.
I'm just saying now.
I get you.
Because I'm hearing the ratings are just going higher and higher, and it seems like it's confirmed already that it's a goated anime. But either way, I'm looking forward to a lot of these. I pray for the success of all these animes to to not only kick off and start great, but to finish off.
If they all do brilliant, it's probably the best year of anime we've ever seen, especially with things like Dragon Ball Superhero doing as well as it did.
Let's say we've read everything except Bleach, right?
Yeah.
And if everything, let's say each anime, let's include Spy Family, My Hero Academia, Mob Psycho, Chainsaw Man, and let's just say One Piece. Actually, let's just kick off One Piece just for the sake, because I'm pretty sure we know how that go based on what you said before.
Yeah,
but let's say
brilliant.
with those four only, and if they're animated to their highest quality of all time, like it is bonkers crazy for all of them. Bones gave the attention to My Hero to its full extent.
Yeah.
In the war arc, Mob Psycho, they just went ham.
I know what you're about to ask.
And Chainsaw Man just goes ham, like absolutely crazy. And let's just say Spy Family just surprises us with a beautiful, absolutely amazing, stellar adaptation of its second core. Knowing that based off what the mangas that we read, who do you think will take the title of like best?
Oh my god, that's hard.
Basically we're rating. I mean, obviously it could go different because we're rating based on what we know on the manga.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I think Chainsaw Man's story, I think the animation will be great, but I think that it would be hard to give it to Chainsaw Man, especially since it's the first season. I do think it depends how they animate it.
How well they do it,
the Gun Devil fight. Okay, if they animate that, maybe
the Katana Sword Devil or like whatever that one is really sick.
But there is a moment in the Mob Psycho manga that made me weep, and it's the second to last chapter. And if they
you finished it?
Yes. And I finished it a long time ago.
I didn't know that. I thought you didn't know. I thought we were in the same boat.
Well, so there are parts of it I don't know, but I know the finale because I read it before. I was like, because Mob Psycho was the second show I watched on when I started getting into anime.
Okay.
So I watched it and I was like, I just want to know how it ends. So I
just
did
spoiled
that because I was a normie, And then I watched Haikyuu and then Vinland Saga, and then I was like, okay, this is my life now. And then I was like, I don't want to read, but I know how it ends.
Oh,
but
man.
There is a part that did make me tear up. However, it's gonna be if it gets animated to its fullest, to its maximum potential, to where every moment, like, it's gonna be hard to beat My Hero Academia, because there was like in this arc every week. This is when you, me, Asal, Alec, all of us were reading it weekly. Asal isn't reading it anymore. Asal is, but he's like always behind. Alex stopped reading it. This was when we were like, like every week was like, oh my god.
Yeah, this is My Hero at its peak and at its like absolute full throttle.
It's going to be hard to beat it's going to be hard for any of these animes to beat a series that is in its climax, you know, especially with a series. A lot of people say it's bad, but a series as good as My Hero Academia, even though Mob Psycho, this might be the final season as well.
I think it's safe to say, excluding Bleach, actually, I don't think so. I feel like My Hero is the most popular out of all of these.
Yes.
So it already has a leg up in terms of viewership. If so, they'll already.
No, Chainsaw Man. I don't know. You think maybe?
No,
Chainsaw
Chainsaw Man has like a lot of hype and a lot of people are gonna be watching. I just feel like My Hero might have a few more just because it already has a fan base that's been
normies
with the year.
With
Exactly my point. Yeah. So people who like that was their first go-to anime, so already have that.
But there's just so many moments. So I probably
it's hard to tell. It's a question.
I think it's 50-50 for me on My Hero and
watch them screw the pooch on all of them. And then Spy Family is like the best one, like out of all of them.
God,
Anya's supreme.
Not that Spy Family is gonna be bad. But we've read the manga and it's not like
huge on proportion levels.
I don't think the second core is gonna be better than the first. Is my opinion on it. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it's at a 50-50. With Mob and My Hero, with Chainsaw Man, it depends how the fight with. It depends how the if you read it, you know what we're talking about, the astronaut scene goes, and it depends how the Gun Devil fight goes, because for the rest of it, it's really the story that really carries that. But it depends if these fights take the story to another level. Oh my God! It's gonna be really hard. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard.
But
to look past that.
It's just all hype. I just hyped myself up.
What do you think? What do you think?
I really, you made a great song. I really do believe that My Hero, because people give My Hero a lot of slack, but really this arc, it really shines. I remember telling you, I was I was geeking out because of how many things I loved about this arc so much, and it just had so much all of it, a lot of things came to clash together, not to conclusion, but things were revealed, and certain opponents were put against each other. Stakes were risen, and it was just so. And I was even the color panels, when you see fan art color panels, or I showed you a fan animation with mangas kind of moving. I'm like, oh man, if they gave their full attention, this could be huge. But then Chainsaw Man came into play. And we know how Chainsaw Man goes. So it's really tough. And it is MAPPA, so I'm kind of worried. But based on all the information we've been getting, it could be just as great. Yeah.
There is also the My Hero, if they do what I think they're going to do for this for this arc, this season has a beginning and end that is going to be phenomenal. For spoilers, I'm going to try and be as vague as possible. The beginning of the war, and the end, Deku looking out on the city. That is and that's one of my favorite panels, is him looking out. And beyond that,
such a 180 from his character.
Exactly. And beyond that, it was kind of, I know the beginning of next season is going to clap as well, because you and me were when he
because his
because his costume finally gets good in that arc.
He turns into Five Nights at Freddy's character.
Exactly. And so that's gonna be good as well. But past that, I don't know if My Hero is ever going to reach that. We don't know. It might.
The manga is still not over. It's just, it's not unanimous, but we know that, so far
there's been a lot of people complaining about it, and justifiably.
Yeah. And it's so far it's unanimous that where we're at now is nowhere close to where the war arc was. Yeah. So, but the war arc, we got a lot going. So there's a lot to be excited for. I'll be satisfied alone with just that being animated to its full potential. Yeah. And Chainsaw Man is just a slap and kick in the face, with oh man, because when I read it, it was just so unique. It was I kept hearing Quentin Tarantino, but anime, the style, the pacing, the black comedy and humor. It's just so wacky.
Horror, literally just horror movie galore. I love that.
And an MC so different and vast and in your face, truthful, and it's just
I love that Fujimoto. That's the manga here, right? Fujimoto.
Yeah, Fujimoto.
Yeah, I love that Fujimoto. At the beginning of every volume was I love Chainsaw Man, and then I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or I love chainsaws, and then as it slowly, it got more and more the movies got more and more horrific. Like he was like, I love Get Out. And you're like,
what is the?
You're scaring me.
No, but there are some panels that feel like ethereal, like that feel like I felt like nothing else before. So
it's an action shonen cover with the inside of it being a horror manga.
Yeah,
you know.
Which I didn't think. True.
I didn't think Viz would ever like. I didn't think Shonen Jump would ever go for.
I haven't watched Devil May Cry, but the soundtrack, like the composer for the music for Chainsaw Man did Devil May Cry. Yeah. I'm listening to the soundtrack to that. I'm getting hyped because like it is like something else I've never heard before, and it's really good. So yeah. A lot of hype, a lot of things to look forward to. Yes. I got one more.
We'll probably do a whole video where we're just talking about each and every season because we're gonna be busy in October.
Yeah, probably every week will probably be. It'd probably be fair to catch up on like, oh, here's what happened like with each episode. You know what I mean?
We might not have like a big story. We might just be catching up on every episode.
Because it's safe to say this could be the biggest season of anime of all time.
No, yeah, we need to do individual episodes of just like how we did the Dragon Ball Superhero review. We should probably do that with each first episode and each final episode.
Yeah, because that will help, especially since they get released kind of staggeredly. So that might help a lot.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, I have one more thing before we move on to
sure, bud.
Either more main subject, but
do we know none of these animes are getting cores, right? They're all just going to be one.
Bleach is getting cores.
Bleach is getting cores, but we don't. Chainsaw Man isn't going to split in two.
Not that we know of. No,
not that we know.
I don't think so. I hope, and I don't think it hasn't been nothing like that's been announced yet. But it seems like it's just going to be all one.
But it is a MAPPA thing to do.
Yeah. So, but My Hero, they haven't said anything, right? I don't think.
No, they're not going to be two cores.
Because this is a bit. Yeah, this arc is too big to split at a 12-episode thing.
No, and they've been working 1.5 years on this, which is more without a movie. So that's more than like. They've been working on anything for a while, so they've got to finish. They have to have finished.
Yeah. So, Sword Art Online's Reki Kawahara pens a new light novel series called Demon's Crest. Kadokawa's Denki Bunko light novel labeled announced on not Monday, but this is like a while back. This is kind of late news. But Sword Art Online author Reki Kawahara is going to be writing a new series called Demon's Crest, with the illustrations by K-On, the character designer, Yukio Horiguchi. The first volume will be shipped. This is only for Japan. Will be shipped in November 10th. Looks really cool. The story is a mix between reality games and combines virtual reality and augmented reality. Reki Kawahara just loves video games. Yeah. As that's his other stories is like that, like especially Sword Art Online. The story begins with a beta test of the new virtual reality mega fantasy MMO named Actual Magic. Okay. Basically it's just like fantasy video games. Like I don't think it's an isekai, but it's kind of like that. But I don't know. It's just weird. I don't know how light novel authors handle series, especially with multiple ones. I don't think Sword Art Online is finished or near finished yet because I haven't caught up to the light novels after the anime. So I have no idea if he'll be writing both of them now, or if he's put one on hold, or if Sword Art Online's close to finish, because it is really different from manga taking on two series at the same time. Is there one that's doing that right now? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure.
I believe what we're reading right now, Eden Zero and Fairy Tail is taking on two at the same time.
How do they do that?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
And Love is War is finishing.
He has to have a big staff. There's no way he'd be able to do it.
Yeah. Love is War is finishing like the very few chapters left, but they're also doing the Ashi no Ko or that other series that he's doing.
One did Mob and One Punch at a time.
There's no other ones that I can think about right now, but I don't know how a light novel author does that though. That's so rare. I feel like not more work gets put into it, but it's a completely different ballpark when you're like writing a light novel series and then doing another one at the same time. Just requires an attention. Like
I know the Vinland Saga one. He wrote many one shots or short stories while he was writing Vinland Saga. But I'm sure when you write a series since 2004, you want to write one shots.
But you don't get staff like the same way with the light novel because like it literally doesn't work the same way.
So probably something that like we talk about 2. This guy might have been working on 3 at the same time.
Vinland Sagas?
No, Vagabonds.
Vagabonds?
Yeah, I think there was a time where he was working on Vagabond.
And Slam Dunk at the same time?
And Real, which is about paraplegic basketball players in wheelchairs.
Wow.
So I think he was working on. He is still writing Real right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's working on the movie.
Can you finish not Slam Dunk? Can you finish Vagabond so Ben can rest?
Finally rest. No,
Yeah.
he doesn't. I don't think he's interested right now. He'll come back to it when he knows it's one of the greatest mangas of all time.
He's George R. R. Martin.
Yeah.
He's putting everything up.
Yeah, he does. He is. But I mean, I guess so, because George R. R. Martin is writing other stories as well. But let's move on.
Please finish Reki Kawahara Sword Art Online. Before anything happens, finish that, please. But either way, look forward to that. I don't have anything other news to talk about really. So let's just move on to our main subject.
Well, real quick before we move on, just like 10 minutes, let's touch on this: the D23 event.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Never mind.
No,
scratch that.
No, you're fine. Don't worry. Like we don't want to talk about. We want to talk about other things that we also enjoy. You know.
I meant to talk about that. I just completely forgot.
No,
about
you're
it.
fine. You're fine. Dude.
Yeah. So D23 is a Disney. I always forget what that means. I didn't know what. I was like D23. Oh, it's the Disney Expos. I knew what the Disney Expo was. I just never knew what they were called. I was like having not an argument with my friend. I was like, what's that? I'd never heard of that. And I always I don't really pay attention to like the main conventions of where things happen. I just usually get the trailers. I'm like, okay, I got the trailers. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know what I got.
I'm sure new listeners will be like, well, this is Disney. Why are you guys talking about this? But also, we want to talk about the other things that we like just a little bit.
Pop culture,
because if we just talk about anime and manga all the time, I think we'll explode, and our love for it will begin to fade, and that's not what we want. We want to continue reading and watching till the end of our days and love doing it. So we want to do it at our own pace. So sometimes we want to talk about stuff. So Edgar, in the D23, there were like 3 different kind of things that was going on. Sadly, Disney does own 2 of our favorite franchises, or at least 2 of my favorite franchises, because I know Edgar's a little bit indifferent to Star Wars, especially recently.
And now apparently Marvel too, but
yeah,
I'm still, I pay attention to what Marvel does at least.
So Star Wars came out. The thing that you're looking most forward to, The Mandalorian season 3. Good trailer, right?
Really good. I really liked it. Did they say they were filming a 4th season already?
Yeah, they're already filming it.
All right, yeah. So really looking forward to that. I'm really curious as to what Mando will do with the Darksaber and his claim. Well, not claim, but he doesn't seem like he wants it.
He looks to have a little bit of an entourage this time.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of people standing behind him in that one.
We saw like a lot, like an army of Mandalorians now, and it's like. It looks like something big's coming,
Yeah, I mean, as we assumed, because this is what this was leading to. I am still a little bit disappointed that the stuff with Baby Yoda was solved in a different show,
Yeah.
But I think Kathleen Kennedy kind of pushed for them to do that because Luke.
We might get Boba Fett 1.5 in this Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah, we might. I don't think that will happen. I think they are working on Boba Fett season 2, which I think can be really good if they fix some things. But I think that they wanted to leave Luke Skywalker alone so that he can be a part of the Ahsoka series.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Really looking forward to that,
because the Ahsoka series is going to be, if you read the books, the after books from the original trilogy.
Is that what they're basing this off
The Fall
of?
of the Empire, yeah. Which is the books about Thrawn, the Thrawn legacy, and all that stuff.
Yeah, they teased that. Yeah.
Brilliant books. Much more dark than the original trilogy, which is why they're books and not movies.
A lot of things are darker in Star Wars books than the actual.
Oh, definitely, and in the extended universe, definitely. But we saw Mandalore. Edgar, you haven't seen the Clone Wars,
but I know it's been destroyed to like all hell.
Yeah,
and, I saw the ruins of it.
Yeah, and the fact that it's it was this giant, dome that was housing like thousands or millions of people on Mandalore, and the fact that he's just flying by it and it's just this absolute wasteland. It's just, God, it's so brutal. Yeah, like this clan of like probably tens of thousands of people don't have a home world. Which is kind of crazy to think about.
reclamation of that maybe, or like somewhere else on another planet of Mandalorians. But it seems like, I don't know if Bo-Katan you would call her an antagonist, but it seems like she's like, where are you standing with this? Are you going to give it up? Do you want to claim, like, and then you have the other Mandalorian says, you're not a Mandalorian anymore. You're taking off your helmet. One too many times, buddy. And like, you know what I mean? So it's like, he's like in a gray area, like, but I do have this thing, in ritual claiming that I have a claim to the throne. By definition, he has like,
I don't think he wants it. I think he's going to be more like Mandalore the Great, which during the time of the Old Republic, he's actually in the Old Republic video games, which is really cool. Mandalore the Great.
What is he? Is he like a king, but not really?
He's not a king. He's the warrior that led. He was a Sith warrior, basically, that led the Mandalorians against the Jedi to free their people. He wasn't necessarily a king. I think that's what they're going to go for, is that he is leading their people to glory, but he's not going to rule. He doesn't want to rule. Yeah. Like
he doesn't seem like he wants any business with his politics stuff. Yeah. But it looks like he might, have to get his hands in the water and like do something like, about this whole mess that's going on. Yeah. Because he still wants to be, Mandalorian, and that's who he is. But that's like I don't know if that'd be like the number one thing I'm looking forward to, other than the Fallen Order.
Yeah, Fallen Order.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order game sequel. Yeah. That's like, I think those are the two biggest only things I'm looking forward to Star Wars related. I might watch Andor.
Andor looked good.
It looks good. It looks like it's serious and like political and like heavy
we see the
war
Imperial
stuff.
Senate for the first time ever, which is really cool.
I
don't like that there's no aliens, because you look at it, there's just some weird stuff in the trailer. It's all humans, and it makes you like, this isn't Star Wars. Like, it's more, it feels like Star Trek, And then there's this one scene with clones, and they're wearing the clone OG armor from the second episode, and it makes you like, for the second movie in the prequels, and it makes you be like, why do they have this armor? It has to be new shiny armor, because all of the clones, they had distinguished, they had different helmets during the time at the end of the Clone Wars, and it was all beat up because it was towards the end of the war.
Stellan Skarsgård's in it. Yeah. And I really like Diego Luna's performance as Andor in Rogue One, and Rogue One is probably my favorite Star Wars movie. So I'm kind of iffy where I am in Star Wars, and very few things excite me anymore. But that is something that I might watch, because I'm not watching anything Marvel like recently related. I'm not really looking forward to anything.
I wonder why.
Yeah, but it's like all across the Disney spectrum, they're like making things that make me like, you guys are really like losing my attention here, and I'm kind of like falling off the wagon. But yeah, they did announce something that you were really excited about.
Tales of the Jedi, and I've been excited about this ever since it was announced for 3 months, because I've been wanting to see, as much as people harp on the prequels, which justifiably so, I still enjoy them as movies. But one of the most interesting parts about the second episode was Count Dooku, right? And how he and Obi-Wan had that talk when Obi-Wan was chained up, and Dooku was like, join me, my friend, and we will usher in a new like republic. Like, he was like, we'll usher in a new republic that is void of Sith or Jedi, because the Jedi's corrupt and the Sith are evil, so we're gonna make something new.
Something that Qui-Gon was not really so hard on, but it seems like he always butted heads with Jedi. So it seems like,
because Qui-Gon wasn't a part of the Jedi Council, because he knew they were corrupt. Which is just so, I love that so much, and I've been wanting a young Count Dooku would have been. I thought that it would have been good for a while, and it looks great. Corey Burton, who famously voices Cad Bane, is voicing is voicing Count Dooku in here. He does a great voice.
Not the same voice actor for Count Dooku in Clone Wars? Or is
It is. Yeah, he is.
Oh,
he
so
is the
so
same one.
he voices 2 characters in that.
Yeah,
he
voices probably more than that.
Oh no, yeah, but those are the 2 main ones. I didn't know they were voiced by the same person. But
yeah, definitely.
And then the young version of Qui-Gon will be voiced by Liam Neeson's son, Liam Neeson, reprising his own role as Qui-Gon.
Yes,
really cool. Tag teaming that.
Young Mace Windu looks.
Oh
really
yeah,
great.
that yeah.
And it's the first ever this is huge. This is the first ever canon thing we've gotten before the Phantom Menace. So this is the earliest canon thing we've ever gotten.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Of course, in my personal opinion, I think all of the EU is canon, and Disney can go suck one because the EU,
the Old Republic
EU
and all
arguably has better storytelling than the sequels and all that stuff.
Yeah, and we also get to see another Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, Anakin, episode or episodes. I don't know I don't know what the line is.
And that new Inquisitor looks really cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
But Clone Wars fans, is Dave Filoni behind this or someone?
Yeah. This is Dave Filoni.
Okay.
He's ahead of Lucasfilm Animation. So,
okay. I figured he was going to be behind this, but either way, y'all have that to look forward to. Was anything else Star Wars announced related?
No, that was it.
Let's move on to the Disney. I didn't pay attention to the animation stuff. I think they had a lot. They had some Elemental movie come to Pixar or something. Elementals.
No, the main headline was the live actions that was.
Yeah, because that caused the controversy and stuff.
It's absurd, man.
But
not the Little Mermaid being absurd.
No, I just don't like live action.
No, exactly. Like people are like, there's this one side that is like, oh, she's a different race, we hate this. And they're like, oh, woo, she's this race, we enjoy it. But there's me and you who know it doesn't matter.
Literally, Pinocchio came up on the heels on this and failed horribly. Yeah. Like, bombed and, like, was
Every Disney live action has been bad. Like, from a
I
Disney...
think Jungle Book was their one success.
was a good one. But
and that just gave them more fuel to, like, keep doing it.
But Jungle Book was good. It wasn't phenomenal. Yeah. But it was good because it did a little bit stuff different. But Jungle Book isn't, Jungle Book wasn't so far away from, like, it didn't use animation to its highest potential other than the bare necessities and stuff like that. But these Disney stuff, like, you have talking fish, you have this gigantic like octopus woman who's the villain, and it's just like it's never going to have that charm that animation will have. Like a lot of people,
it's just why?
Yeah,
why
exactly.
do you? It's just like they keep putting the stuff.
Well, we know why.
No, yeah,
cheddar
money.
cheese, baby.
Yeah, and it's frustrating that they put these things in theaters and then they put the good stuff like in just straight to streaming sometimes. Like they did it with something else and they're gonna do it again with something. I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, people are actually excited for Enchanted 2, the sequel to that one movie, but. That movie, a lot of people like that, and a lot of people don't like these live actions. But what sucks is that they're going to put that movie straight to streaming and not in theaters. And that's really unfortunate because, like, the kind of original thing we did, we're not going to put it, like, in theaters. We're going to put the remakes in theaters, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. But it's also like this company, we know Disney is going to go when this movie gets backlash, they're going to go, well, it's because the fans are racist. But
yeah, it's unfortunate that they keep putting those things in there.
And it's not just them. Amazon Lord of the Rings is doing it right now with their arguably okay series, even though
they keep bunching those people together and making us feel bad for like criticizing it once this stuff comes out.
Exactly. It's absurd. Like we don't.
They did it with Marvel and they did it with Star Wars. And they even do it before any major something pops up. They prep the actors. Like, you might get hate for this because we didn't have any. Well, obviously, people are going to be racist and people are going to be like,
but
unjudgmental.
That's the internet. Welcome.
No,
the internet.
No, I know, but they'll like. I heard that they prepped the actor from Obi-Wan show. What's her name? Reva.
Oh, Reva.
They prepped her as like, you're going to get a lot of hate because of this and that. Of course, races are going to exist, but they prepped her. You never do that. You don't see people doing that with other shows with black characters or with like because they're written well.
Yeah.
But they're just
her character was fine in the last 2 episodes. It was the build up because remember they switched writers halfway through.
I just knew that they didn't write it well in the end, and they knew, people aren't gonna like that, so get ready for that. And people, and I just feel like
it's almost like they learned nothing from the sequels. Like,
and they're also doing like a Peter Pan live action.
Oh
another one.
The worst one is the Lion King prequel.
Why?
And it's not even going to be in animation. It's going to be in the live action style. And it's like, guys,
what do you have to tell from that?
Yeah, guys, this is awful. Like,
literally, I would be okay. Not okay, but the 1.5, the Lion King 1.5, that was at least based off Rosencrantz and Guildenstern.
Yeah.
And then the sequel, whether you liked it or not, was based off
Romeo. God, that makes sense. That's
Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my god.
They're all 3 of those are based off Shakespeare work. What is Mufasa gonna be based off of? What is a prequel? Don't tell me it's gonna be some other Shakespeare. No,
there is no Hamlet. There is no Hamlet the King.
Play. I don't know. It just seems. Why Disney do you insist on shoving these live action sequels down our throats?
I guess they could do Richard II, but I mean they don't care that it's based on Shakespeare.
They just want to make money.
They just want to make money. Yeah. They don't care.
That's that goes on. There's nothing
other than that. Marvel.
They announced Secret Wars, which looks promising.
They didn't announce Secret Invasion.
I'm sorry. Secret Wars.
Secret Wars is a little bit down the line.
They just full-blown released the trailer.
Secret Invasion. It's really sad that when you look at a Marvel trailer and you see it being serious, that looks like a breath of fresh air. Because like you look at it and you're like, oh, thank God. Not every character is going to be saying quip after quip after quip. I'd be
Who knows? Like if they,
I'd be happy if there were no jokes in this. I'd be okay with
Who
that.
knew that we wanted seriousness like DC was doing back then? Now in our Marvel content,
it's not even that. Like it's okay. Add like a few lighthearted jokes, but like if this is anything like Captain America, Winter Soldier, awesome. Like that's what that's what Marvel needs right now. Like that's great, and I know Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be serious, and it looks really, really good. So I'm hoping that now they're kind of realizing we just need to get to that serious point.
They said that it would be the most serious one, and the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 would be like a mature tale.
They said it's going to be one of the saddest and most serious Marvel movie, which is amazing. Love it.
Yeah, so we also got that, and they revealed the cast for Thunderbolts.
Yeah, Thunderbolts.
Basically, Black Widow 2. You sent me a picture. Yes. It's Black Widow 2, basically. Also, where we're gonna add not Taskmaster. Who else? Bucky and that one.
I don't think Bucky should be in it. Like,
I don't know why Zemo's not in it.
Aren't they supposed to be anti-heroes? Like,
like the
Bucky's
not an
Squad?
anti-hero. Like, why?
I don't know. I love U.S. Agent. I think he's gonna. I really love. It's Kurt Russell's son.
I like Red Guardian,
like
but not because of his character. But just because of David Harbour's performance with him. He was like my highlight of Black Widow. He was so funny.
Like people were like, Black Widow was awful, and I was like, listen. David Harbour gave me a good time, so I enjoyed the movie.
Yelena was good. I liked her a lot. So those are like the only 2 things that I'm really looking forward.
I'm telling you, if this came out in 2017 or 2016, this movie, it would have been great. Like,
so it's a movie then?
No. This I'm talking about Black Widow.
Oh, okay.
If it came out like right after Civil War, people would have loved it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's like most people agree that that D23 is kind of a disappointment. We expected more. We expected more stuff with like the Fantastic Four and like just more announcements. And Kevin Feige said that we're not going to be touching X-Men for a while, which pissed me off a bit. Why would you buy off an entire company to promise something that won't come anytime soon?
I think what's going to happen is what I want them to do.
I heard they can't even reboot it until like 2026 or something like that.
Yes, they can. No. That's in the contract or something like that.
So if you don't even want to start, when will you?
Which I'm okay with. I'm okay with this because they're already adding new people like the Fantastic Four in this. What I want them to do is I kind of want them to go to so Secret Wars in the comics is always used as this event to kind of reset the universe, right?
Yeah.
Because when Marvel goes on for so long in a universe, you kind of use up all the stories that you can. Then you do this big cataclysmic event where either Wanda does something awful or somebody does something awful, and then the multiverse breaks, and then a new universe happens, and it's reset, and you bring in new writers, and they do new stuff with the characters. I think that's what they're going to do with this, and I think that they might actually, and I'd be okay with it, if they just destroyed the universe.
Yeah, but I want to see if that's going to happen, just start doing the X-Men. I just feel like in the point where we are in the MCU, they're too far, like...
But don't you think it would be nice, because this arc or whatever, this phase is the multiverse saga? Don't you think it'd be great if the next phase was the mutant saga? If that was,
if we were starting to get, but if we're not gonna have, I'd just like to see some X-Men, at least the ones that we see now that we're familiar with in the MCU.
But we might
at some point, and
I think come on, Hugh Jackman's gonna be in Secret Wars.
I saw that the ride that they're introducing it.
Yeah.
I feel we should be getting that now. Why aren't we getting? Obviously, that's more Secret War stuff, but stuff like that we should be seeing a lot more. Yeah. Daredevil should be talking up with Deadpool. Deadpool would be hanging out with Spider-Man, and like I don't know, Fantastic Four would all be doing stuff. I thought we'd be at the point where we'd be hinting at that stuff a lot more frequent now. But it seems like we're just slowly making our way over there. But
I think they're just having a little bit of fun in Phase 4, and then Phase 5 and 6 is when things will really go.
Yeah, Phase 5 seems more promising.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. D23.
There was the new Nintendo Direct, Edgar.
Oh yeah. How'd you? I didn't really pay attention to that but you had a lot of things.
I had a lot of things. A lot of people didn't like it, and guys, listen. I understand if your favorite game isn't in a Direct, but I don't think that's a good thing to go, oh, well, this Direct was awful.
Where's Smash?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If there was a new Smash character revealed here, everybody would be like, oh, it was the greatest Direct ever. Because like there have been some mediocre to awful Directs where a Smash character showed up like Banjo-Kazooie, and people are like, oh my God. But for me, I'm like, that was an awful Direct. Like, let's be honest, but then I don't poop on people for it. But it's like this Direct, it meant so much to me. Finally getting the Legend of Zelda title, Tears of the Kingdom or Tears of the Kingdom. We don't know.
I thought it was Tears.
It says T-E-A-R, but it's also spelled Tears, T-E-A-R. It's still spelled the same. So they haven't really said that, which it makes sense, Tears of the Kingdom, because the kingdom is kind of tearing itself apart in this second series. And we got a release date that's coming out in May. And one of my favorite game series that I've played since I was a little kid, Pikmin, is back. And we've been waiting for this game for 10 years. And God, it's going to be so good. It's a game that I would play every summer with my mom. I love that. I love the Pikmin series, and it's great. In terms of anime stuff in there, I know that a lot of people are really big in terms of anime stuff and anime-inspired stuff. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was in there.
Fire Emblem, I saw got
Fire
something.
Fire Emblem is a big anime. Like, there's so much things in Nintendo that is literally just anime.
I just saw this. I didn't know this happened. Kirby's Return to Dreamland is coming to Switch.
I'll
buy that.
Yeah, Return to Dreamland from the Wii.
Yeah.
Which is a good video game. You should.
I never had the Wii, so I never got the chance to play it. But I love Kirby. I love the recent Kirby game that came out, and I'll buy this. A lot of good stuff was coming out. I don't know what people were talking about.
Yeah.
But GoldenEye, something GoldenEye happened.
Oh, GoldenEye is being ported, which is really cool. Yeah. But I screamed when Pikmin 4 came up. He went, "Let's talk about Pikmin," and I went, "Yeah!" And I was like, "Let's go!" So that was I had a really great time yesterday doing all that stuff. Yeah,
that's cool.
Edgar, 2 weeks ago on our Manga Monday show where we talked about Black Clover, we asked our audience, what should we read? And actually, we had a comment, Edgar.
Yay!
We had a comment.
Feedback.
Yay! Comment. And they asked us to read Eden's Zero, which is a manga by the same mangaka who wrote such hit mangas such as Fairy Tail and Fairy Tail the 100-Year Quest.
Yeah.
We read that. Edgar, give us your thoughts. We read the first volume. We didn't go beyond that. We just wanted to give ourselves a little introduction.
Yeah.
And if we liked it, we'll talk about it more in the future.
Yeah.
Edgar, go ahead.
Ben read the manga. Just to clarify, Ben read the manga, and I didn't want to buy it. I mean, not that I didn't want to get into it, but I did want to experience it, and I couldn't find a good way to do it. So I just watched the anime because it was on Netflix. I'm like, why not? I'll just start the anime. So I basically read up like an extra episode of like, I watched the episodes where the first volume covered, and then like just one more. Yeah. But we experienced it. And
the volumes are really short. They're only like 4 chapters.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, but they're still like regular length, right?
Yeah, the chapters are a little bit longer than most. Yeah.
But I feel like after that they get like shorter. I noticed, but it was dipping my toes in this series. So it was kind of weird because knowing that I started Fairy Tail and I haven't finished it yet, and I saw that I've only been 80 episodes into Fairy Tail, and I saw the first thing I noticed when I heard about this series, I'm like, these characters kind of look like the same characters from Fairy Tail. And I'm like, well, now that I look closer, they look almost like an exactly copy-paste version of Fairy Tail characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like the main character, oh my god, I forgot his name. I'm such a loser. Shiki, sorry.
Yeah, Shiki.
Shiki looks exactly... Not exactly, but he looks like Natsu from Fairy Tail, except with black hair, different clothing. Rebecca looks like Lucy with like slightly less blonde hair. Yeah. Happy looks like Happy. They have the same name and the same dub voice actor.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, literally. And like there's like a lot of things, and like the princess eye patch chick. I forgot her name, but she's like a pirate. Literally the same voice actress as Ezra and looks exactly like Ezra from Fairy Tail. Literally, and I heard that he does the same thing with his previous. He wrote 2 other mangas. Like the characters look really similar alike. Okay. And those snow ice characters, they're in Fairy Tail all over. Like it's like a spirit that Lucy has. So literally he just likes using the same like format and like character designs for like all the series. I don't know if that's the way I would go, but honestly that's like the easiest way I would do it because I can barely think of like how to design characters and when I try to come up with them or draw them. So like that's basically what I would do. That's like the easy way out. You know what? Just like copy paste, change hair color and clothes.
Different.
I'm all good.
Different for you who have read just a little bit of it. Different personalities.
Oh no, yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, no, kind of. I mean, they're kind of hot-headed and not dumb, but they're hot-headed, spiky characters, and like the blondes, kind of, like clumsy and like like not dumb, but you know what I mean. And then Happy's like Happy, like so it is kind of the same, but they have different traits and different goals and what they want to do. But
I didn't know this came out last year. That's crazy,
it's really new. The
Yeah.
manga, I don't know how old the manga is. I think it's been out since like 2017 or something like that. But the anime is fairly new, and I know we talked about on one of our episodes that the second season was recently announced this year, if I remember correctly. So this series is new, and the manga is relatively new. I don't know how new it is. Let's pull it up.
This is a video game.
2018.
There's going to be an RPG video game. That's
oh, really?
Fun. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. It's going to be a video game. I need to check that out because that sounds like fun.
Yeah, but I kind of liked it. I mean, I didn't feel too strongly about it so far. It just seems all right. What I really liked about it is the power. You mentioned that you really like the power that Shiki has.
Oh yeah, what's it called? The
ether gear.
Ether gear. Yeah,
ether gear, but I think it's only might be zero gravity or something gravity ether gear.
Yeah.
Really cool. This kind of power I've kind of had in mind for like another series that I'm working on.
Now you can't do it anymore.
Oh man, no, it's kind of different.
It's funny because the power in Fairy Tail is something that I read and I was like, oh darn.
the magic, the
magic fire, system? Like the stuff with fire. But I'm using a different idea. But he like punches people with a fire fist, and I'm like, gosh darn it.
Fire, fun,
yeah, exactly.
Falcon punch.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, I just thought that was funny, and there's a lot of comedic moments that I found. I like how like he wants to make friends and he doesn't know how to interact with people.
So he just wants to go and touch them.
He's like grabbing this face, and then you have your typical fan service like grab the boob.
Every chapter, he was like, "I'm gonna go touch him," and Rebecca's like, "No, you're not." And I sent every panel to that to Edgar.
Yeah, he does it like 3 times.
It's hilarious how similar each of those jokes are drawn, but I still laughed at it every time.
Yeah, he comes from the planet Graham Bell, which is he lives with a bunch of robots. I really like that episode. I mean, it's a first episode, so it's always gonna be good. But I liked how like he was friends with the robot. Apparently, he was brought in by some robot called the Demon King or the Demon Lord or something like that. and he tells him to, you know, make friends. And I don't remember if he told him to find Mother or something about Shiki remembers something about Mother, but he, you know, tells him to make friends, and he's like, okay, so he befriends all the robots, and then Rebecca comes along, and he like wants to be friends with her, which is really nice. And then you have like that unfortunate thing where like there's some king robot says, oh, robots and humans can't be friends, so like you gotta leave, and like all his friends turn on him, which seemed like, man, this sucks, it's really sad, and they kind of leave off that way. You get to see his power, but basically I think he just manipulates gravity, anything around him.
I think he can make gravity like change directions as well, which is really cool because like
he can lift heavy things.
Yeah, it makes like his legs also like he can make his legs lighter, so he can like sweep under him and like slide on the floor.
But basically, he can like alter gravity, like he's falling down. But basically, he's flying. Basically,
awesome, right?
Yeah,
super creative.
But you can like add weight to a punch or like make things lighter.
Might
when
be
he
the
carries
best.
him.
Might be the best power I've read in like manga for a while. Because I mean, I've only I've just been reading Black Clover and well, no, I mean the Soul Eater was good as well, but I think
you just mean power, not power. We don't know if there's a power system.
Oh, not power system, just a like in terms of unique powers is really cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of Soul Eater, Rebecca kind of has a Soul Eater type power as well.
Yeah, guns.
Happy turns into a gun.
I was like, what? Because in the Happy I know and Fairy Tail, it's just a cat that I don't know if he does anything special. But Happy in this one is a robot. But that was like a nice comparison that with Shiki befriending robots, and then you notice that Rebecca's friends with the originally Happy was a cat.
Good
but now
build up, right? Because it was like the first volume, and she said you can be friends with anybody, no matter what, whether they're humans or robot. And I was like, okay, well that's a little bit cheesy. But then the next chapter, it explains why she said that. And I was like, oh, that's really not like I was like, that's good storytelling.
It's like you're the same person. It doesn't matter if you're a robot or human,
exactly.
like a person. Like
I enjoyed it a lot, And obviously Rebecca and Shiki. Sorry, I don't know why I thought.
That's okay.
I don't know why I thought of Stitch. That's a different character altogether. Shiki. Obviously, they have they're gonna get together eventually.
Yeah.
But
I was like disappointed when Natsuo and Lucy. I heard that. I didn't finish Fairy Tail, but I heard they didn't end up together. Nothing happened. But I'm like, oh, new series. Maybe they'll get together then. But I hope they do. That Shiki and Rebecca does get together because they have. They're nice friends, and I like when every time he looks at someone, like he has like this look that normally other shonen characters would be like, I want to kiss them or date them, or I want to do it with them. Like they usually has a perverted look, but he has such an innocent way of saying, I want to be friends with them.
He has a little bit of a Goku tendency in him, where like he was born kind of away from society, so he doesn't quite know because Goku, the first thing like. He touched Bulma's private parts, and Bulma was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Oh, you're not a human. You don't have these parts," because he's never met a woman before. And he's the same way. Like he felt her up, and she was like, "What are you doing?" And he was like, "I don't what."
Yeah,
it was like
it just reminds me because like Fairy Tail, I thought like it's like an older manga, so it had like that typical fan service. I mean, all the modern manga have fan service, but like this really has like that style. And like his design doesn't look old, but it has like like a Fairy Tail old design that just.
There was a lot in the first chapter of, especially Rebecca was wearing a shorter skirt.
Oh yeah.
But then after that, like the second chapter beyond, they didn't have too much of it. So I wasn't, and it wasn't to the point where I was like bothered by it. I was like, if they continued this onward the whole series, I might have. But like afterwards, it was fine. Like
the anime was good. How was the manga? The detail, the
I saved a couple of panels.
Illustration.
I saved a couple of panels for you that I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So the first one that jumped out at me was the first panel of the mother. Looks beautiful.
Oh wow!
Right,
look at that.
Really nice.
Yeah, I really like that.
Super detailed. I looked at that, and that was the beginning of the second volume, or the second chapter, and I was like, "Dang, that is awesome."
Yeah.
And then this one looks awesome. This was the final of the first volume.
Whoa. Oh yeah, I was like 20,000 years. I was like, what the heck? I'm like,
exactly.
wait, a spoiler, and I was like, oh wait, did they die? Like 2 bodies, like one.
Yeah.
I'm like, what happened? I'm like, but that's
was it 2,000 years later or 2,000 years after? Okay. Yeah.
Well, the same thing. Yeah, but like it was like in a time jump, and it showed like 2 astronauts like running across 2 bodies.
Yeah. So it looks like there might be some time travel stuff, time travel shenanigans going on.
Yeah, that or it's just something major happened and it's like a ruin or something. It's like, what's this? Eden Zero. That might just be the tale that they're called because they're just recording everything because they're not vloggers. They're beekeepers or cubers.
They're beekeepers.
Yeah,
which
something
I
like that.
really like. And she's like
they're like
to be
streamers.
Honest, she
basically
said some stuff that I was like, that sounds like something I would say.
They're they're basically like Twitch streamers but vloggers at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
but like the past couple of weeks when we've been doing the Manga Monday show and Shonen Junk, I've always been like, oh, that would be good to see Edgar's, what would he think about, new Devil Fruits? And when they said like, oh, this is a good title. Newbie tries to drive spaceship for the first time. I was like, that is something I would do.
That's like us coming with titles. Like, oh, that'd be a cool title for this.
Good title.
Or we're like driving like, oh, this would be a cool idea for this. Like
exactly. That I was like, that's so funny. I really, really enjoyed that because I was like, that just goes to show how in touch the mangaka is with like actual YouTubers.
Yeah.
But there was something interesting because the girl with the eye patch, I don't know too much about her yet because this is where it ended in the first volume.
Yeah, it says like, did it show that she's like after him, like, or how does she know about him?
We don't know.
How does she? No, but like, how does she get that information?
I don't know. I think it said that blah 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 has left that planet.
Oh yeah. I just don't know who told her. Was it the King Robot or something like that?
I don't know. So maybe she has like been keeping tabs on that planet or something to make sure nothing escapes. But here, like she says, like they say that he's going to this planet, and she says, and one of her henchmen says, but ma'am, and she goes, I know. That planet's already been destroyed. And when they go there, the planet's not destroyed.
Yeah.
It's bustling with life. So it makes you think that maybe that person does time travel and it's like, it's already destroyed in the future,
Oh yeah. Yeah, something with time travel.
Interesting, right? Like I'm like it makes me excited.
I was super confused. I was like, what the what? I was like, but yeah.
I really like that makes me excited. I really like that.
Yeah. This entire place is called, the Sakura Cosmos.
Yeah.
And it's like, kind of feels like One Piece-y. Like, oh, there's a mother that's like mystical and like, and she grants like any wish you want or something like that. Basically like a goddess. Yeah. And like no one's seen her or something like that. No one's been to her, but they know what she looks like. So their voyage is to go to the mother because I guess what his wish to be is to make a lot of friends or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that comes from in the first panel the robots were like, you should leave here and make a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Did we talk about how the robots were like they did it on purpose?
I mentioned it. Oh yeah. I mean I mentioned that they turned and they drove them away, but it was really nice and a heartwarming moment. Is like there's nothing for him here, and we're about to die.
Good subversion of expectation that made sense. Yeah, very nice.
I'm like, why would you turn on him? And especially the one robot, Michael, that was like friends with him. And I was really nice moment that they all like sort of slowly like
Oh
dying.
yeah, and when he looked up and it was like, that's a dragon, and he's like, what dummy, that's a comet. And then when he actually goes up there, it's an actual like flying dragon. It's really cool.
Oh, also that was a good setup because it showed you how huge it was, but then once the dragon went near Mother, it was like so small in comparison.
Oh yeah, dude, that was really cool.
I like it when they do that. Like, oh, look at this big thing, and they're like, oh, let's put it next to a bigger thing, so you know just how big it is, just how big Mother is. But it's really cool. I really like it. It feels, it feels like a setup for a thing, for kind of like an adventure, like planet to planet type of thing. Kind of One Piece is what I meant by that. Fairy Tail doesn't really go off that. It really just they take quests and they take like I don't know how they call it, but they take on quests and they visit places and complete them for their magic guild. And they have an adventure guild, so it's kind of similar to that in that sense. there's already kind of contention between that other B-cuber, the chick, the pretty one, the famous one, that she just straight up lifts her up and then drops her on her face, and her face is like bleeding. That's really funny.
Yeah.
But not much else happens. I think the manga ends with them going to the planet. Starts with a G. They go to meet the professor or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
the doctor. I forgot his name, but he has a cool design.
Yeah,
he
also looks like a fairy tale character. I just can't quite know.
Oh, does he?
I mean, a lot of them do.
Yeah.
But dude, if you ever watch or read fairy tale, you're gonna be like, wait a minute.
I'm gonna be like, this is an Eden Zero ripoff.
It's like the opposite.
I'm gonna be like, why is this happening?
Wise Steiner, that's his name.
Wise Steiner.
Apparently,
nice German name.
He gave the name. Apparently, he was an old professor that they gave the name. I don't know how it ends in the volume, but it ends with them coming across him, but he looks younger. He looks like a son of him, and there's like some confusion there, and he gives out his name. His name is Wise Steiner.
Okay.
But it looks really cool. I watched the dub, so all these voice actors sounded somewhat familiar. They're not all the same. The main character is different, and Rebecca's voice actor is different. But I recognize Tengen. He wasn't in Fairy Tail to my knowledge, but Tengen's voice act. Wise Steiner shares the same dub actor as Tengen does in Demon Slayer and Sonic. So I'm like, hey, I remember you recently.
Do we know? Is it Crunchyroll that's doing this, or who is dubbing it?
I don't remember. I don't think it's Crunchyroll, because if I remember correctly, this was a Netflix only release on the. It only came out on Netflix, so it might be Bang Zoom or something along the lines of that.
Yeah, Bang Zoom is usually the Netflix type of people.
But my thoughts were that it was okay. I wasn't too impressed because I've already been off the heels of Fairy Tail. It looks good. I might continue it. At least finish up this season, and then when the second season comes along, I might check it out. Seems promising. Let me
show you some more panels here. This is when he's about to fight all of the robots.
Oh, that's cool.
Really good. Yeah, that's a good one. This is the first time they go into space.
Oh, wow, that looks really all those dots in like galaxies. Jesus.
Yeah, there's a lot. This is the first time they see the dragon.
Oh, it's much more. Yeah, it's much more detalic in the manga than the anime.
It looks like a divine beast from Breath of the Wild. This is Blue Garden.
Nice.
Which kind of sounds like
I think
sounds like something from One Piece, like the what was the little garden?
Yeah. I guess they just take on the last name of whatever planet they're from, because I don't know.
Maybe.
I thought because she said her name was Rebecca Blue Garden, and they're going to the planet Blue Garden. I'm like, is she famous or is she royalty? But she says that she has the last name, but Shigi didn't, so she just gave him the name of Grand Bell, the planet he's from. So I guess, I mean, in my mind, I thought it was going to be, did they just take on the last names of whatever planet they're from or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Or maybe she's just famous or like royalty or something. I don't know. Because Wise Steiner, the planet he's from, I don't think that's the same as the planet they're on, wherever he's from. But either the way, I'm somewhat intrigued. I'll definitely finish the first season, and if you continue the manga, we'll give a full review on it. I like it. I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, based on what I saw. Looks promising, has a lot of funny moments. I like the dub cast from the anime, and the character designs it's just fun to look at because they look very similar to Fairy Tail. And you even see Natsu and Lucy. You show me a panel in the manga. It shows them like the actual characters like in the background.
Because there is a panel where he talks about we need to find a party like those medieval mangas where they have like a healer and a wizard, and it's like okay, so he's just talking about
Fairy Tail.
And then in that same panel you see the characters from Fairy Tail in the background, and then Rebecca goes, oh yeah, that was a manga from a long time ago. And and you're like, wow, you're not even hiding it.
And in the anime they share the same colors, like Natsuo with the pink hair and then Lucy with her blonde hair, and like it's just funny.
I sent to Edgar, I was like, this man is plugging his hit manga and his other hit manga.
you think Okubo from Fire Force is doing it hard?
Yeah, exactly.
Like this guy's literally just like copy paste. Like
I love seeing stuff like that, like seeing Mob or Saitama and Mob, or seeing. I know that there's a lot of My Hero stuff. There was like the My Hero characters were in One Punch. And then there's Chainsaw Man was in My Hero chapter.
But this is like in the sense of like let's say my Horikoshi makes a manga, but the characters look somewhat similar, like each other. Like that's kind of.
I don't know if he would do that because all of his characters look so different from one another.
I know, but it's just kind of that like, whoa, this is weird. Like if he did that, one could argue that One Piece, like Oda's characters, females all look the same. But it's all one series, so it doesn't count.
Yes, post time skip, the females do look much different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm going to keep reading it and keep buying the volumes. It was a short read. I read it today in about 35 minutes. So that was like, it was a short read. It was enjoyable. I love the powers. I love immediately Rebecca. I love Shiki. I love Happy. I love Happy and Rebecca's backstory. It was just a lot of fun and you know, nothing too serious happened, but it sounded like there are some big plans in the series, especially with time travel, that I'm really fascinated in. And the panels were gorgeous. Like there's some panels, it's been a while since I've read a panel and I've just stared at it. Like that mother panel I looked at and I was like, how did he do this? Like it looks amazing.
Yeah.
A
lot of people might not get angry, but if someone stumbles upon this and they know that I haven't finished Fairy Tail. I've only watched 80 episodes, and Ben hasn't watched it, so they might be like,
episodes
"How
is a lot?"
Yeah, but it's like 500. It's 500 or so episodes.
It's still a lot.
I know. Yeah, I guess compared to One Piece, it's more than.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
you know.
But people are gonna be like, "How are you continuing? How are you reading or watching Eden Zero, not finishing Fairy Tail, not starting Fairy Tail?"
Well, we got a fan recommendation.
No, I know, but some people will be like, what?
Yeah.
But no, yeah, thank you for the recommendation. It's always it feels kind of not weird, but it feels like, I get recommended something, I'm gonna watch it.
I like,
and then we watch it. It's like obviously I always jump into new series, but it feels different this time, knowing I'm taking on like a viewer's like recommendation and like I'm jumping into a new world and a new story, and I'll continue.
Yeah, I actually like that I read this first, you know, because I think that the mangaka, he probably has honed his craft with working for Eden Zero for at this point when he did it 10 years.
I can't say for sure. I don't know what people feel about it, if they like this more than Fairy Tail or if they like Fairy Tail more than this. Either way, we're basically forming our own opinions without knowing Fairy Tail that much. So
you would give it a 7, you think?
Yeah, 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but I didn't really like it that much.
I don't rate things. I'll just tell you if I enjoyed it, or it's because my ratings are all over the place. like what goes on inside my mind makes no sense for other people. So I'm just gonna tell you, definitely give this a look, especially if you love, you know, just wacky, you know, funny characters and kind
of laid back, you know, in a sense, nothing too serious,
and something that a really, really good start that teases things that happen, you know, later on. I
really like the highlights of this was Happy and Rebecca relationship and Shiki's power. Really cool. It sounds cool. It glows like on his arm.
What's
in
the
anime
sound design for it?
It sounds pretty cool. Nothing too impressive, but it sounds like a machine like clinking and like, but it goes through his body. It's really cool. I like it a lot. But I'll finish the first season, and whenever Ben finishes somewhere along, I don't know where we should stop to do a full review.
Depending on where it is, I might catch up. It's
just
not
the manga,
is it? Right?
The manga, no. I think it's still ongoing.
Yeah, I might catch up to it.
I think it's only like 12 volumes in. To what I remember.
We got to search up how this man is doing it. How is he writing a sequel to Fairy Tail and doing this? He's a madman.
Yeah, I have no idea. I could never like.
Yeah, no. He's crazy. You know.
You're crazy, man.
You're crazy.
22 volumes. Wow. 22 volumes in. Wow. And that's just the English version, I assume, not the Japanese one. So it's already probably like 26.
I really enjoyed it. I think I got a new favorite on my hand here. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, cool.
Well, thank you, NL_Grim, for your comment 2 weeks ago. If you're still listening, thanks. And for our other viewers, go into the comments below. Let us know if you want us to read anything.
We get spammed so much, like we'll have to. We'll pick one, like probably the first one that pops up.
We will pick one. Eventually, I'd love to get to a point where we make polls on our Spotify or on YouTube, and people choose for us on those, depending on, you know, fan submissions, and then you guys choose in a majority rules kind of thing. But yeah,
we will continue this. Like, I will watch. I will finish the first season. If I'm interested more, I'll probably go.
Yeah.
I'll probably hop on the manga wagon and just like start reading that, or you know, look forward to the second season. But either way, I will continue this. Ben will continue this. It has our interest in some way or some form, so you got us hooked already.
Yeah, I'm really interested. Yeah, definitely. Good start. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. On your way out, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, go into our Spotify, hit that follow. If you love all things anime and manga and are interested in the projects, anime, manga, movies, director notes, anything coming out of Japan, the Manga Monday Show is here for you and for all of your new needs.
Yeah.
So we'll catch you guys on the next Manga Monday Show.
Bye-bye.
I was about to say Shonen Jump. Whoops.
No.